Hey there, Ravens flock. Welcome back to Baltimore Talk, your weekly podcast giving you all the recap games of every Ravens game from now to postseason. I'm your host, Anthony Propst, and I apologize, everybody, for the very late upload on this one here for preseason week 3 against Tampa Bay, because honestly, guys, it's been a long week, since the game over a week ago now, work and trying to get up with this, and I apologize for everybody who's been waiting for the next episode, but we start in literally a week, so once the regular season starts, these episodes are going to be weekly. Soon as the game finishes, the day or night, will be uploaded the next day. I promise. I'm making that promise right now that I will find the time in my day, no matter how tired I am, no matter how busy I am, to make sure I get these uploaded for you regularly and more frequently. But like the first two, not going to be overly long. This one, honestly, I've been thinking it over for a long while now, this entire time, and this is definitely going to be a short one, just a couple minutes to overtalk, get those highlights up and everything. But honestly, guys, preseason's over, so I know it's going to sound a little bad, but I'm a little over it. I'm over preseason, at least. That's honestly another reason why it's taking me so long to get this uploaded, because I'm over preseason. I'm ready for the regular season. I'm ready for us to get started, but I am going to go over a couple of highlights and everything, go over like we do. So we're going to jump right into that. And starting off in the very first quarter, after the Patriots kick off, because we won the coin toss, and we didn't make the same mistake as last week. We chose to defer when we won the coin toss, as we should have, because again, y'all know how I feel about that. Y'all know what I say. Every single time, it's defer if you win the coin toss, because you don't know how that first half and that first quarter is going to go. So it makes more sense to defer, just be on the safe side. So glad we corrected that mistake. But after that, we get on our first set of downs. And it only takes two sets. 1st and 10 was a screen pass for 3. 2nd and 7 was another handoff for 3. 3rd and 4, we pass, but we end up getting a loss of 1. So, and actually, excuse me, I apologize. I'm reading off the Bucs. That was their first drive, because since we chose to defer and we kicked off, I said that backwards. Y'all know it's a crazy day. It's Sunday. It's a relaxing day because, like I said, we start in 1 week. But on top of that, our first drive, 1st and 10, our man Kohler gets a beautiful 19-yard pass. 1st and 10 again, Tylan Wallace, 13-yard pass. 1st and 10, James Prochet grabs an amazing 17-yard pass. 1st and 10, Treadwell, he gets a great touchdown pass. Literally, 4 plays right then and there. We end up getting a touchdown. Literally, our first set of hands and our first possession, first drive, literally everything. So, that's and again, this is preseason, which I know a lot of you have probably seen the roster, seen the cut. There are some people who did get cut and didn't make the roster that I don't personally agree with. I definitely think Josh Johnson should have made the roster over, my other disdained quarterback. But we're not going to talk about that. Let me not get into that. Let me not start my tirade. You guys know how I am. But after that, as they move down the chains and move down the field, since it's now on the Bucs possession, they end up getting a touchdown on their second drive, second possession. So now it's all tied up with 8:19 left in the first quarter here. Then it's our first set. Josh Johnson, he ends up getting a run, gain of 2, 2nd and 8. We end up going, but there was a flag, hands to the face on Tampa Bay. And as we move it down, not really going anywhere, not really doing much, not really getting far, we end up having a punt and not getting the chance to get anything on that scoring drive, on that drive there. So as we get down, Bucs turn it over. It's now their ball, and they end up getting a touchdown with literally 1 second left in the first quarter, and that's how they ended it. So it went up 14-7 by the end of the first quarter. Now in quarter two, We have the ball now. We're running. It's on 4th and 10, so we have to punt. And there was an illegal block in the back on Tampa Bay. So that really kind of helped us out as we move off and forcing the Bucs to punt as they get the ball back. Oh, after they got the ball back, we forced them to punt once again because they couldn't go anywhere. Then on 1st and 10 on this drive here, Anthony Brown checked in as our quarterback, our third-string quarterback. But, it's 1st and 10. We end up only getting a handoff for 3. 2nd and 7. Pass for the first. 1st and 10. Brown ran for 2. 2nd and 8 was a toss for the first down. Now it's 1st and 10. And Anthony Brown fumbles and he scrambles for the first and then fumbles the ball. So then after that, Bucs end up recovering, but luckily they couldn't go anywhere, couldn't get a scoring drive going, so they had to punt the ball away. And as we just keep moving it down, we hit the 2-minute warning. Justin Tucker ended up hitting a beautiful field goal with only 3 minutes, 51 seconds left. So that put the score up to 14-10, because I'm going to be honest, guys, I was starting to see hints and traces of it during this game. Our red zone curse is coming back. And we all know how luckily Tyler Huntley broke us of that red zone curse last season. But I'm starting to see it rear and creep its ugly head in again, and I'm not liking it, guys. I'm telling you, I'm not a fan of this red zone curse, and I really hope it doesn't hit us again. It's kind of like how we lost and broke our preseason curse, or preseason running streak, and got cursed to lose, but now we are being cursed with the red zone curse again, and we never want that. We never want to see that happen twice. But, however, luckily nothing crazy, nothing bad happened. And as they end up running it down to the 2-minute warning, and we got through the rest of the second half, the Bucs end up kicking a 47-yard field goal to push the score even further, up only by a touchdown to 17-10 to end the second quarter and the first half. And I know, like I said, guys, I'm really breezing through this because it's been over a week, and I couldn't find the time, but I couldn't find the right words, the right energy to bring you guys a halfway decent sounding podcast. And like I said, I'm going to repeat it one more time. This is going to be a very, very short one, but I still wanted to make sure everybody got a preseason week 3 because it is deserved. My loyal fans of the Ravens flock of Baltimore Talk, you all deserve another episode. So I wanted to make sure that it came out because, like I said, once regular season starts next weekend on Sunday, we will be back. We will be live. We will be active. We will be getting a lot more involved when it comes to this team for the regular season, just like I was last year, just like I was all of season 1 of Baltimore Talk. We will be more involved, and there will not be an episode missed. And even though technically I did miss an episode of last season, but that was work-related, and I wasn't able to fully listen and watch a game. But at least I was able to bring you an update. But my overall thoughts on the first half, honestly, they were okay. It was okay. There were definitely some mistakes here and there, some things that could have been done better than what they were, and especially Anthony Brown's a nice guy. He is a great guy. He's a nice dude, but it just, I just have to say, my man, he just needs to, how would I say it nicely? He needs to, as I said before, he needs to survey his options more. He needs to survey the defense better. He needs to take a page out of Lamar Jackson's playbook, and he needs to survey the defense a little better before he makes an impartial decision that unfortunately could possibly cost us a game. But other than that, it wasn't a bad first half. I mean, yes, we're down by just a touchdown, and we could have made some better progress, could have made some better things getting and going when it comes to that. And then, again, it's not too much that I really have to say bad about it. It was honestly just a first, second, third down, fourth punt. First, second, third down, punt on 4. Literally, both teams back and forth. So it was a good game. And granted, like Washington, Tampa Bay also had some of their starters in for a decent amount of the game, at least the first half. So kind of says a lot about our team that our third and fourth stringers are going up against these teams' first and second stringers. So, not going to toot our own horn, but if we can, put up a good fight against some first and second stringers with our backup, it says a lot about our team. I don't want to, sound too humble, guys, but come on. Like, we all know it. We've all seen it, so we understand how it is. We know how things go, but getting back into it, just going quick through it again, we get down, we end up getting the ball back, first and 10, handoff, second and 8, incomplete, third and 8, Brown unfortunately got sacked. Then on 4th and 8, we had to punt, and there was a face mask flag on us, so that really didn't help us. And as the Bucs end up having to convert a couple of downs because we held them, so now it's 1st and goal for them as they got down there pretty well. I will give credit where credit's due. It was a good drive for them. They end up getting a false start on them, so now it's 2nd and goal. They overthrow it. 3rd and goal, another false start. 3rd and goal, it was a gain of only a couple, but they were back far enough to where it didn't really count because they end up having to be on 4th and goal, and they end up getting a field goal, now putting it up 20-10. Bucs on top still. But once we get our drive back and get going, we are on 1st and 10, and we get a huge deep pass caught nice and well, too. I'm going to be honest. It was a very good-looking pass. But unfortunately, as we keep it going, keep it moving, we end up having to go a few things. Anthony Brown did get taken down. 1st and 10 is when he got dropped. 2nd and 15. It was a bad pass and incomplete. It was a missed touchdown to Sean Ryan. We almost had it, too. Then 3rd and 15, we only got a gain of 4. And now on 4th and 11, Tucker scores a nice field goal, so now it's 20-13. Still in the third quarter, getting close to the end of that one. Now on 1st and 10, Bucs gain 3, then they gain nothing because they end up getting incomplete pass on 2nd and 7. So now 3rd and 7, the Bucs end up converting, and we thought, and this one here, John Harbaugh, I don't know why he did this one here. He ended up throwing up the challenge flag because it didn't look like to him that they had crossed the plane and got the first down. But we ended up losing the challenge on that one, lost the timeout, as you know how that one goes. But as we keep it moving along here, they end up just running a few more, converting on downs, and they end the third quarter that way. So after that, as they move it down on their first drive here, it's now 1st and 10. They end up gaining only 1. 2nd and 9 was a low snap. And Sean Tucker, number 44 on the Bucs, did get injured on that play. I believe he is okay now. I believe he isn't hurt or anything bad like that. So very nice to see him not hurt because we never want injured players, especially to start the season. That's always a bad one. It's actually how we lost was it Devin Duvernay? I believe Devin Duvernay last year? No. Devin Duvernay or somebody else. If somebody can remind me as I can't think of it off the top of my head, just speaking on it right now. We end up losing, or no, Gus Edwards. It was how we lost. Well, Gus Edwards and, was it Devin Duvernay? Or Rashad Bateman? It was either Devin Duvernay or Rashad Bateman. Somebody let me know. So now on 3rd and 7, we end up sacking Tampa's QB. So now it's 4th and 15, and they end up getting a field goal. So now it's 23-13, up by 10. And our boy Wright, he ends up getting a nice 35-yard run on the 1st and 10. So as we move it down, we get 1st and 10, gain of 3. 2nd and 7, gain of 4. Now 3rd and 3, Tylan Wallace gets a beautiful conversion pass. 1st and 10, we gain 4. Fortunately, on second and 6, we end up getting an incomplete pass. Right again on 3rd and 6, gets to the 3-yard line. Then on 1st and goal, he ends up getting a touchdown. This man was unstoppable last Saturday night. And it absolutely beautiful, absolutely crazy. So we get a touchdown. Now it's 23-20 with 9:17 left in the game. And obviously that would have put us up only to 19. And then, Justin Tucker's beautiful field goals. So now we're only down by a field goal. And as we move it, Tampa Bay ends up getting a deep pass deflected. Big run for them. They end up converting. 1st and 10 again. Screen pass, 2nd and 9. gain of 4. 3rd and 5 is an incomplete pass. So now they end up punting on fourth down and 5 yards. And as we move it down, I'm going to be honest, we didn't go anywhere, didn't do anything. We getting down to the nitty gritty here. This is where we're really going to break it down. So now on 1st and 10 for the Bucs, because they have the last possession of the game, it's 1st and 8. Or 1st and 10, they get a gain of 8. 2nd and 2, they lose 1. 3rd and 3, they get a big conversion past midfield. So now 1st and 10, they convert. 1st and 10 again, they only gain 4. We take our second timeout because, again, we lost one in the middle of the third quarter, so we only have one left. So now they gain 4 after that. 2nd and 6, they only gain 1. We take our final timeout. They end up throwing a pass, and it's broken up. So now on 4th and 5, they hit a 48-yard field goal, making it 26-20, right at the 2-minute warning. And then we end up hitting a 47-yard deep pass, which was absolutely great. But unfortunately, once we break everything down and get straight to it, Anthony Brown was sacked right at the very end of the game, making it 26-20, us losing to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers only by a touchdown. Not even an extra point on top of it, just a singular touchdown. And again, I understand it's frustrating. I understand things aren't as good as they should be. But like I said, we were playing our backup's backup on Saturday night last week. And they were playing their first and second stringers all first half. So, excuse me, what does that say about Tampa Bay? And you guys know me. I don't like to dog players. I don't like to dog teams. I just like to state facts. And the fact of the matter is that we were killing it. We were crushing it. We were doing great things with players that haven't gotten a lot of playing time yet. So that really means a lot to us as Ravens fans, the Ravens flock, and the Baltimore Raven community. We all know that. But overall, at the end of the day, it was a well-fought game. Things went very well, I will say. Could have been better in certain areas. I know that fumble Anthony Brown had in the third, that definitely could have been secured better. And like I said, I hate to dog players. I hate to dog teams. It's just certain things that need to be pointed out. Like I said, during halftime, Brown needs to learn. Hopefully with this coming season, with him still being our third string, hopefully either Lamar Jackson or Tyler Huntley will tell him or help him or teach him, like, look, man, this is what you got to do. Survey the defense a little longer. Do this, do that. Don't do this, don't do that. Don't just run or don't just throw it willy-nilly, because that's how we get interceptions. That's how we get sacks. That's how we get X, Y, and Z, this, that, and the third. But overall, at the end of the day, it was a well-fought game and a great thing to watch. You guys know me. I absolutely love Ravens football. I will not watch it, listen to it, no matter what. And speaking of watching and listening, guys, since we're getting to the end here, I will tell you, not only, like I said, I believe in somewhere in season 1, we are on Spotify. However, I am now uploading all of these episodes. Season 1 is already uploaded. The first 2 episodes of this season are uploaded. I have my own YouTube channel where you guys can listen to it. All you have to do is look up my name. It's Anthony Propst, Anthony Propst, and everything there, it's under the name Baltimore Talk, but it's easier to just look up my name because it happens. I don't know why YouTube's weird like that, but you can now listen to these on YouTube as well. So for everybody who listens to it on RSS.com and Spotify, continue to listen there. And for my few followers and subscribers on YouTube, everybody like and subscribe as well. Same with everybody on there too. Go follow on YouTube as well. Like and subscribe. We're going to build this channel up. We're going to build these things even higher, because I know I said I was coming back with some heat, and we're coming back with some heat. Hopefully, eventually, I want to build things up, actually turn this from just an audio podcast to a visual podcast, to where I can actually pull up certain clips, plays, and highlights so you guys can all see everything, even post-game interviews or post-practice interviews with Harbaugh, Jackson, and now Zay Flowers, Odell Beckham. I want to bring you guys a better Baltimore talk. So like I said, everybody, who listens on YouTube, thank you. Like and subscribe. Everybody on rss.com, Spotify, thank you as well. And go on that on those other platforms. Everybody, again, just follow. Help me help you guys. And you know me. You know I love doing this for you guys. This isn't just for me to continue to build. I bring this for all of you who are only able to see it the day after, or see the highlight clips, or just see the score. I bring this for you, and I am going to continue to do this, whether people tell me yes to continue or not to do it at all. I'm going to still do it because I love doing this podcast. It's what gives me passion and what is just how it makes me feel better. And I love doing it for everybody here. So thank you to all for listening once again to another episode of Baltimore Talk. I've been your host, Anthony Propst, and I will see you guys next week, technically a week from tomorrow, because on that Monday, the 11th, because we come back next Sunday, 1 p.m. at our own home M&T Bank Stadium against the Houston Texans. Everybody, I will see you there after the game. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.